I'm Sari Cohen. We're here in Los Angeles at Prime Video's new sci-fi thriller, The Peripheral. Let's take a first look.
The source material, obviously, William Gibson is such a phenomenal legend. His ability to create worlds, and for us to be able to come in and him allow us to adapt that and turn it into something this special. I think it was difficult at first shooting in the pandemic in London. That was really difficult, but I think it turned out spectacularly. I mean, we have such a phenomenal cast. I had a ball. As tough as it was shooting a pandemic, it was the best thing in the world for me.
We have the best collaborators. It's based on a book by the genius William Gibson and this incredible cast. I mean, we just feel happy and fortunate to be able to hang out and play in the same sandbox with all these guys.
What does it feel like for the two of you now working together on this project? What's so special about The Peripheral?
Well, I think, as Lisa said, it's William Gibson, whose books I grew up reading, who in many ways kind of invented or reinvented science fiction for our generation and has very seldom been brought to the screen. So I think, when you're as passionate as this whole group is about Gibson's vision of the future, the rest is not easy exactly, but you're following something good.
And there's so much possibility of where we can go and what we can do and what we can express in relationships, visual creativity. It's really an exciting sandbox to be in.
Coming in, it was just very clear that this was going to be a very specific world and a world of dichotomies, right? Clanton is so different than future London, and how specific, like set design and art decoration and all of those things, like the specificity with which Lisa and Jonathan orchestrated everything, and Greg, our showrunner, like it showed every day.
I've watched a lot of it. It's brilliant, and it keeps you guessing at every turn, and the effects and the sets and the costumes. It all just comes together to create this beautiful story. And although it's sci-fi and it's tomorrow, it actually feels very tangible and like we're very today.
I play Ella Fisher, who's Chloe's mom, and she's in the middle of this kind of crazy futuristic world. There's this other world that's very close to our world, and this family life, and she's actually a character very close to my heart.
The detective is, the great thing about her is that she's transgender, but that's not in front of her. It just is true. It's just a fact of her character, and that's extraordinary. I've never seen that before in any other show or movie.
What I love about the character is he may come from a very cruel and violent background, but he's trying to do something different. He's not necessarily safe within his own organization, so he's towing both lines. Maybe, just maybe, he might turn out to be better than others, maybe.
I made sure I said it exactly like it was on the page, and that helps shape your character. And so, the layers, I believe, came off of the page, and all I had to do was just portray what I was reading. And, when it's really good, it's easy to do.
Well, Wolf's a very mysterious character. He's on the surface, he really doesn't give anything away. But as you come to learn when you watch this series, there's a lot going on underneath, which I guess I can relate to. But he's a really interesting character. It's been really fun playing him. He's very still, and I've never played such a still, quiet character before. So I had great fun with this.
What do I love about my character? He's an action hero. And I wanted to be an action hero when I was a kid, and he really is. So that's sick. And it's been a lot of fun playing this role, I think over the past few years, I've done a lot of roles that have been very fulfilling and very gratifying, but they've been tough and they've been, not easy work at the best of times, maybe. But this was just every day coming to set. It was just a lot of fun. I just really enjoyed it.
It was exciting. It was my first time being able to really dig into a role over the course of 700-800 pages and 8 months of filming. And I would definitely say it's an undertaking. I think in the very beginning everyone told me it was a marathon, but we definitely learned that by the end of it. But a character like her had so many intricacies, and I think her growth throughout the season was really beautiful. Being able to jump into future London and then use what she learned in the future to be able to, hopefully change the impending doom of their current reality.
sci-fi. Now, what is it like from a sci-fi perspective, like portraying this character in living in two realities?
It was exciting. I mean, it was definitely, there was a lot to play with in terms of also being a human and then also being a robot. So there's intricacies of figuring out, how does the robot shut down when they're disconnected? What is the robot like when it's not having Flynn inhabited? So does it run on artificial intelligence? What does the artificial intelligence sound like? So there was all these little intricacies that they kind of let me just take the reins with and create. And I really, I really look to Jonah Nolan and Lisa Joy for the fact that they kind of allow all of us actors to create and really collaborate with them, which you don't always get those opportunities.